Hey folks, Landstryder here, and welcome back to another episode of Infinity Evolved in Expert Mode, playing on the Terra Nova server. Today is going to be a magic day, so we're going to do some magical stuff. So in preparation for that, I have assembled the blood altar, or at least the structure of the blood altar. So I made a little time lapse of this, so I think I will go ahead and insert that right about here. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Let's get into actually making it work now. We need an altar. So let's see if we can, how much of that we can do now. We need the blood altar. I think I might be able to do some of this. The main thing is going to be the attune stone, so let's see. We're going to need to get some lava buckets. Should have those ready. It's okay, they're not too far away to get some lava buckets. We'll go steal them out of the smeltery. And eventually I can, butterflies. Was that a butterfly? We get butterflies because those are forestry trees over there in the wood farm. So we do occasionally get butterflies. So I'll just steal some buckets of lava out of there. It'll fill back up. And, oh, of course it's going to be nighttime. I'll have to fix that here in a minute too. Okay, let's put those up in there. And now we can try this one more time. We definitely have diamonds and whiffs of magic. I went out and did a bunch of mining. Between this episode and last. You can see that I've got a little more than a stack of diamonds again. Quite a bit of those got used up crafting things later, but we'll take a quick look down here. I've got almost this entire level underneath the city completely cleared out. Well, the thing is, I've got it mostly lit up, but the slime still spawn down here pretty regularly. All right. But yeah, a ton of mining. Got a bunch more resources built up in case I would need for whatever I would need today to work on the blood magic. So there's a tombstone. We got that, right? Yes. Where did it go? Make that. That's interesting. Okay, I think what's going on here, if I had to guess, is that we're having an issue with the recipes. So let me do something real quick. This is one of these times you'd be actually. Let me show you another one too. If we look at the witch oven, and I think it's only with the witchery recipes. See, it's showing the vanilla recipe, even though it will not allow me to craft it that way. So let's do this. Do a quick MT reload. And that takes just a second. And now if we look at the witch oven, it's showing the recipe that it's supposed to be using in this mod pack. So let's try that again. See what it takes to make an altar. See what it takes to make a tombstone. So it really actually needs a mana diamond. Okay, I don't know if I have those or not. Let's find out. Missing one mana diamond, okay. Gonna need a few of these, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and request about 10 of those. We're gonna take those over and dip them in some mana. Get us some mana diamonds. This would be a good time to sleep because it's raining and it's nighttime, so perfect time to take a nap. Alright, back to it. Head over here. Try to get rid of that wisp while I'm on a... Come on, there it goes, got it. Now, because the way I built the altar, if I go up, I'll show you. If I go up again, I'm underneath the altar and with no way out. So I need to move this elevator somehow. But we can come over here this way and throw our diamonds in the mana pool. That'll give us some mana diamonds to work with. Now I go all the way back over here. I really need to look at making those travel anchors because that would allow me to get around village quite quickly and without all these long delays of walking back and forth between the buildings when I'm recording. And having to get through those little doors, which I apparently can't do sometimes. Alright, let's put those in there. And now if we click that, we're going to get a tombstone. We really have it this time. So the next thing we're going to need is our alchemical furnace, which is going to have to be made in that works thing over there. But we need a furnace and a crucible, so let's get the furnace first. Furnace first, and the crucible is going to require a cauldron. Should have all the materials for that. Yeah. And then we're going to need some arcane stone. So let's grab a bit of that. Alright, now all I need to do is turn that into the crucible from Thaumcraft. Come on over here. I think the furnace was in the center. that there, and then like so. Yep. Add my wand and craft the alchemical furnace. Okay, now that we got alchemical furnace, how much closer are we to making our altar? I don't think we're going to have living rock slabs, so let's go ahead and get some of those. And then now, if I had to guess, I'm pretty sure we got everything. We do. There we go. We got a blood altar. Nice. Very good. Okay, now that we got the blood altar, we can go put it on top of the blood tube. You know what? Before I head over there, let me grab something else that I'm going to need, which is going to be a sacrificial knife, dagger. What is it? No, not the creative one. We want the sacrifice. Oh, sacrificial orb. Really? Okay, guess we got to do. Okay, interesting. So we're going to have to put some blood in the casting bin on top and put that on top of a mana pearl. I don't think we have a mana pearl in here. No. But we do got pearls. Yeah. So grab one of those before we head over there. Actually, let's get 10 more of those as well. Might as well make some extra so that we'll have them next time we need to craft something with them. I'm assuming that there's going to be other things we need them for. In fact, let's double check that. There's no crafting recipes for them. Or there's no other uses for them. Okay, maybe I will only put one in there then. Seeing as how it looks like the majority of the recipes that would normally use those have probably been changed to other things. So that I think that maybe there's no other use for mana pearl. So I'm only going to make one. So I got to come up here. Climb scaffold again and get over here. Hopefully Esk will be back soon to make further improvements on the magic tower over here. I like it so far, but it's a little bit hard to get around it. Again, that would it would be much better with the travel anchors, I think. So now that we got this, we need to go over to the smeltery. Does it say basin or does it? No, crafting the table. I can do this on the table. Okay, so I put the pearl on the table, and fortunately, if you remember a while back, we had gotten some witches and some other things inside the smeltery, and they made a bunch of blood. I poured that out and made congealed blood, and then later, if you need the blood again, you can just go ahead and melt it back down by putting the congealed blood back in there. And what did it say? It needed 1,000 millibuckets. How much does one of these give me? 160. Oh my goodness. So 160. I think 5 will do it. 6 total. Yeah, that maybe. I guess it doesn't take very long for it to go back into the blood. One more. 7 total. Okay. We'll save those again for something else, because it's probably some other weird thing that I'm going to need them for eventually. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have a little bit left over that I'm not going to be able to do anything with. This is going to have to stay in there for the time being. I'll pour that on there. And that was unexpected. Okay, it pulled it out so fast that apparently it just kept pouring. Okay, whatever. Yeah. Might have to lose that tiny bit of blood, but I don't think that's a big deal. I'm not sure there's going to be a ton of other things that I need it for. Alright, so something else I want to look at is maybe getting some kind of form of regeneration. There's a couple ways I can go about this. I can make a fallen canard, if that's enabled. It does seem to be enabled, so I might have to do some Botania to make this. And it's showing it to me anyway. Or I could make the environmental controller. The environmental controller does appear to have a normal recipe, except for the fact that the machine frame. Oh, and it requires a resonant machine frame in order to do anything with RF tools. Okay, that's a little out of the question right now. A little bit beyond what I can possibly do. So we're gonna have to we're gonna look at making a fallen canard, which is probably better because it sticks along with the magic theme for today. When we get up here, and we can get our altar out. We're going to put that right on the middle of the top. Now, when I built this, I used these disordered stone panels to substitute in where the runes, the blood runes, are going to go. So eventually, those are going to get replaced with blood runes. The rest of the stone, I think, look pretty good, and it'll look a lot better once these are replaced out. So just keep that in mind. Bear that in mind when you're looking at it right now. So let's look at what we need to do to make slates. Slates. It's probably not going to be, it's going to take an arcane stone in the blood altar. With presumably a bunch of blood. We're going to sacrifice the blood here. Good thing I got lots of apples to eat. And that's going to give us our tier 1 slates. Now the tier 2 is normal. Yeah, okay, we're good there. Yeah, everything else is pretty normal. It just goes up in tier after that. But instead of using stone in there, we have to use arcane stone. Which actually kind of makes sense, I guess. Except these are kind of a pain in the posterior to make. If you recall, oh, well, that's interesting. I can make additional ones with Conjuration Catalyst, which I will not be making anytime soon. But otherwise, it takes this recipe: living rock with stone and fire and some kind of shard. Will make me 8 of those. So, what I'm going to have to do is go ahead and make a bunch of these. Probably I'll just do this off camera here in a minute. But I probably really should look into making that fallen canard before I even attempt this, because it's going to make it a lot easier if I have the fallen canard. Yeah, I'm not even going to worry about that for the minute. I've got the one. Showed you how to do it. So let's make a fallen canard. See if we can. See how hard it's going to be. There's a rune involved, so that might be harder than I realize. A rune of spring, which is going to require an imbued slate. Okay. So yeah, I'm not getting around being grindy, because that's going to require imbued slate, which is going to require a tier 3 altar before I can even make a fallen canard. Okay, goodness. So I think what I'm going to do is come back in just a little bit after I've done a bunch of this grindiness, and then we'll continue from there. Alright, now that I got most of that grindiness done, well, at least for a little bit, enough to upgrade the altar to tier 2, at least I hope, if I've gotten everything. So one of the things I'm going to need is these blood runes. And we look at the recipe for that, it's all kinds of changed. So I'm going to need some Thaumcraft shards and some waystones from Witchery, which apparently I can get by using the mana altar, or the fusion altar. Mana pool, that's what I'm trying to say. I can get those by throwing some flint in the mana pool. Let's do that. So we're going to need 8 blood runes in order to upgrade to tier 2. And that gave me 8 waystones. Yeah, I've got 8 earth shards, which just happen to be the ones that I had the most of. Then there's something else I thought I was going to need. What is it? Oh, that's something else here in a second. I'm going to need an orb, a blood orb. And if we look at that, the lowest tier blood orb is a mana diamond. It's usually just a regular diamond, but of course, this is expert mode, so it's going to be a mana diamond. So let's get another one of those. throw this in the altar. Hopefully I have enough blood in there already. And that's going to take a little while. Why don't I go ahead and put a little bit more in there just to be sure. Well, I'm going to let that cook. And then while I'm letting that cook, let's look at something else I want to make, which is the divination sigil. Where'd it go? It's in here somewhere. Divination somewhere here. There it is, divination sigil. I want one of them, which is going to be mana glass and niter and a blank slate. So I made one extra blank slate, figuring that I was going to take one of those. That's not ready yet. But then I'm also going to need some mana glass. So let's throw some glass in a mana pool. I'm probably going to need to load this up with some charcoal again or something in order to get some more mana generating, because I think we're going to be needing it for just about everything. And there's our blood orb. Sweet, that's done. So let's grab that out of there. Now that we got the blood orb, we can do some crafting with it. I rearranged this center area just a little bit so that we would be able to go up and down. Nice. And then I think I can just do the crafting in here. So let's start out with the blood runes. Oh, I'm going to need stone. Oh, I got the stone. Good. Got the stone that I need. Then blank slates. And in the center is going to be the blood orb. Yes. Let's get all 8 of those that we need. And then the other thing I'm going to need is this. That goes on the bottom. And then it's going to be, these are different things here. One of these is runes. They look very similar in this texture pack. Blood runes and arcane stones look extremely similar in your inventory. And then, what was it? The mana glass. And a piece of nitor. Do I have a nitor in here? No, I do not. But niter can be made pretty simply with glowstone torches. If we look at... Oop, that's not what I'm trying to see. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Trying to see nitor. There we go. Glowstone, and then I need Potentia, Igneous, and Lux. Interestingly enough, the Tinker's torches have Potentia and Igneous, and Vanilla torches have Lux. So it's 3 of each of those, plus the glowstone. Ooh, it's a little low on water. Let me throw some water in there. Let me top this off before I start using it. So we're going to go 30 torches, 30 of those, and 10 glowstone. Yes, gives me 10 niter with no waste. No remainders left over. Perfect. Now I've got some niters. I could actually, at this point, replace the lava underneath there with a niter if I wanted to, but I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. But now that I got the niter, I can do that and get myself the divination sigil. Wonderful. I can also use the niter now to light up this room if I wanted to, rather than using regular torches, although it doesn't look like it needs any light. We could put them up there, though, just for good measure. Looks nice in here. We'll go ahead and leave the niter over here. Hopefully I don't need that again anymore today. Let's head up there, back up to the top, and we can go ahead and make our tier 2 altar. So we got to remove these stones. And then I'm going to put the blood runes back in, just like so. Now, these are basic blood runes. There's a bunch of other blood runes I can make in the future to improve how this altar works in different manners. But now, if I take and look with this, it's going to say, there we go, tier 2 altar. With currently 8,000 LP in it, so I can go ahead and start making more stones, more blood runes. I'm gonna need 5 times 4. I'm gonna need 20 more blood runes in order to upgrade the next tier of altar. I'm also going to need to add these glowstones to these pillars. That's part of the structure. So there we go. Those are in place now, so that's going to make it look a little nicer up here. Yeah, it's definitely gonna. I think it's definitely gonna look better once I get rid of these. Get rid of all these bricks. In fact, I should switch them over to a different like stone that looks a little bit more like the blood runes for the time being, just to see what it looks like. So you guys can see what it looks like. In fact, I think I can do that if I switched it to something like these smooth stones here. Those are not dark enough. But it does look better than the than these other ones, I think. It does look a little bit better that way. Okay. But anyway, that is about as far as we're going to get with blood magic today. And the whole reason that we need to do blood magic is because next time I get into some magic, which isn't going to be next episode, but episode after next, but I'm going to want to start getting into making my runic matrix and making my infusion altar from for Thaumcraft. And in order to do that, I needed to be able to make the attuned stone from witchery. Of course, we did witchery last time we did magic. And I'm going to need to make blood runes, which is why I got this set up now. So now we got a little bit into blood magic, we can now switch back to doing a little bit more Thaumcraft and get a little bit more advanced than that. So basically, I got to go a little bit of Thaumcraft, a little bit of Botania, a little bit of witchery, a little bit of blood magic. You know, keep rotating around and around as I progress in each one. So, one final thing I think I want to do today before we wrap this episode up is I do want to get those travel anchors done, and it's really not too difficult. I was looking at the recipe and stuff and the materials that we have on hand right now, and since I made the thermal centrifuge last episode, I can come over here and I should be able to make some travel anchors. Also, I thought it'd be nice to come over here and show you guys what Santa left me. Look at this. To Landstryder from Santa. What did Santa leave me? Santa left me a molecular transformer. Wow. That is one super high-tech device. And it's going to need lots of power. So we're going to get into the nuclear power pretty soon in order to be able to get that powered up and use it. And I'm kind of going to be excited about that. Now, you know what? Yeah, it should be no problem breaking it with a pickaxe. I'm going to go ahead and put that back for now. And we will think about how we want to power that up. The other thing I need to do is grab some iron. Let's grab, well, we need about 16 or so. Grab some iron. I did put some more speed upgrades into the pipe over there, so things should be getting over to this building a little bit faster now. Yeah, a little bit faster. And now I can go ahead and take some ender pearls, cook those with... Uh-oh. What did it do? It just made ender pearl dust. Dang it. I really hate that. That recipe should be totally disabled whenever it's not. Well, actually, I think it is needed for something. But we can go ahead and do this and get a couple of our ender pearls back. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make the alloy here. This stuff right here. Pulsating iron. Good. Okay. Let's keep those even numbers there so we only make pulsating iron. Perfect. Now I got the pulsating iron, I can come over here and make myself some pulsating nuggets. Like so. And then the other thing I needed to look at travel anchors. I need some dimentum electron tubes and signalum nuggets, which I should have in there. Let's see, do I got enough for... okay, I gotta click this button. Maybe I should just summon some of that other stuff. Signalum. In fact, let's grab a couple of ingots of this and convert it over to nuggets. And then we're going to need a couple diamantine tubes. We actually have a good amount of those, so there we go. Get a pulsating crystal. I need a few more of those in order to be able to in order to make a couple of these. Oh yeah, that's right, I need to break this down first. Okay, and 1, 2. Okay, now that I got 4 of those, let's go ahead and set this up. I've already got conduit, so I just need some iron. I already got the conduit binder here, so let's grab 20 iron. Should be enough to make my 4. I think 4 will do it for now. Yeah, because destinations that I really care about at the moment are here in the factory, then 1 in the magic tower, and 1 in the smithy, and 1 in the barn. So yeah, that'll do. I'll put that there. Let's head over and put 1 in the magic building up here somewhere. Put it up here, yeah. Now I can easily go, nice. And then this one is going to go, next one's going to go in the smithy. And I think I'll put that more like more towards the center here. And can I see that one? I can. Can I see the one at the mage tower? I cannot. It's okay though. If I make a staff of travel, dark steel, ender crystals. Okay, I'm definitely not gonna be able to do that right now. But if I happen to get lucky and find one in a chest, or later on when I get more technologically advanced and I can make one, it should be a simple matter to. That is oakwood planks right there. Yes. Perfect. Okay, so now I can zip over here, zip up there, and zip up there, and I can get around the village pretty quickly now. So now when I need to come over here to do something, and then I left something at the barn, I can just zip, 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 and I'm at the barn. So no more of those 10-second, 15-second waits while I walk back and forth between the buildings in the videos. But I think that's where we're going to wrap this up. I got a little bit of headway on blood magic. I will probably make a bunch of more blood runes off camera because it's just a bunch of grindiness. You know, sitting up there, drawing a little bit of blood at a time, letting my health heal back up, and then doing it again. Repeat that process like a billion times to make all the runes that I'm going to need. And if I look at the blood, or if I look at the runes, the blood runes, the self-sacrifice and sacrifice runes both require 2 regular runes, 2 blood runes with altered recipes. They also require these daggers of sacrifice, which are Arthana's witchery item, which there's another recipe for mana pearls. I could swear that earlier when I looked at what these are used for, there wasn't that many things, but I guess I clicked the wrong thing. So there's quite a few uses for mana pearls. Apparently a mana pearl is what it takes to make a teleposition focus, which is something else I want to get into. I really want to get into that, but it requires tier 4 altar. Oof. So I'm a little ways off from that. So yeah, anyway. Need to make a bunch of runes to increase the actual tier of the altar, and then after I got the tier of the altar up, then I can come back and worry a little bit about whether I want to make it a sacrifice, as in sacrifice mobs altar, or self-sacrifice altar where I use my own blood in order to fill it up in the long run. And I'm not sure. I have to talk to the other guys and see what they think we should do for that altar. Because it doesn't necessarily have to be the only altar we have either. Because that one could be a self-sacrifice rune, and then later we can put a a sacrifice altar with a mob farm feeding it. We could put that like down underground someplace. But anyway, I think we're gonna wrap this up. And there's one other thing I wanted to show you. It's not particularly special, but this is the magic tower also extends down into the basement now. So there's a room down here, and this is where our portal is at for the Nether. In case anybody was wondering, because I remember it was in the middle of the village, and when I cleaned everything out and leveled it all out, I decided that the best place for the for this would be down here. And I think if we have any other portals to any other dimensions, they'll probably end up down in this general area. Definitely needs to be clean, decorated down here, I think, though. So, but anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And if you did, be sure and leave a like, a comment, a thumbs up, and all that other fun stuff. And until next time, I will catch you later.